and Fog. Well, what do we have here? We have OG slapping out the PA Magnus to open this one off. A very, very strong combo and a strong hero right now that we're seeing having a lot of luck. And sort of over on the side of Alliance, ending it with the limp puck. Something that's it's definitely going to be exciting to see how it plays out against the tops and mid and both.
Yeah, these spots don't look too bizarre, right? Like, I feel like we can kind of understand where everything goes. The only one that really just stands out is really just Seb's Lina. The Seb Lina and then the FNG Magnet, or the FNG Omni Knight. The FNG Omni Knight you understand because it's in response to a Magnus. The Seb Lina is the big question mark. He's going to really look to do. Looks like he just wants to build supply pressure and have a range hero that can benefit a lot from tag team, but usually not as your offlaner.
No, it's, I mean, Seb, he is sort of the classic, hey, I'm going to take this hero to the offlane and I'm going to make it work. So I think a lot of people are going to be watching and waiting to see what exactly he is capable of when he's going to be running this Lina offlane position. We'll see what sort of magic Seb has up his sleeves. See what he's able to do. I mean, you know, sort of if you were to go big brain, what other than sort of the tag team potentially in lane, what else do you think Seb's looking at this game and saying this is a great Lina game?
It's just high burst versus Troll, the high magic damage, something that Troll doesn't like to play versus, and it gives them that the variable that, you know, they pick the Omni Knight for the Guardian Angel to protect against physical damage. This now gives them that big magical damage element. But I think besides that, it really is mostly just along the tag team and him just thinking that, I guess he looks at the lane and he's like, this has to be an Omni Knight Troll lane because the way that they pick their heroes, and he's probably like, I can get away with this. How the hell do they actually get on top of a Lina with these two? It's very unlikely unless a Rubik rotation comes. So maybe he feels like he can just get away with this hero in the off lane. So this is very similar that we saw from OG Do versus Secret at the WePlay tournament when they just do this Empower, Alacrity PA, and just buff up through it as much as possible. Actually, very similar, especially versus a Rubik too. It's actually very similar support heroes that he's playing against.
Yeah, and do you like that?
I think he can definitely pop. He can pop the Rubik. Like a Rubik might have like some situations where he doesn't get anything off in the fights because he's versus Tusk and PA. These two heroes aren't very nice to play as a Rubik. You just die. They get on top of you. You don't get good spell steals either. The rest of the heroes, obviously, the Rubik is very good versus.
For Handskin to look at this game, and yeah, so the lanes end up going down as top lane S4 and Handskin against mid1 and Notel. See what sort of pressure they can put on. I mean, between the aura of S4 once he has leveled it sort of to level 2 you would imagine, and the Fade Bot, it's a lot of ways to mess with the damage output, the PA in lane, and make it a little harder for mid1 to get the easy CS up here.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. This should be a pretty decent lane for Alliance. The only thing they have to watch out for is just don't get skewered. Level 2, that shockwave skewer is always going to be an element. Rubik can die pretty easily to it. So as long as he doesn't get caught by it, it might be okay. S4, he should be able to tank through it.
Oh, mid lane Thompson. And with the Verify just in time. Did try for an aggressive play, catch him with the cold snap from the Tornado. They're both sitting very low at the moment in that mid lane. Notel, everything for the Courier also does get a skewer, not quite in range of the tower though. Firestorm punches them out.
Mid Thompson's getting extremely aggressive though, and it's hurting his last hits quite a bit here because he has to do so.
Yeah, but not exaggerating that for sure. I mean, yeah, 5 for 3 against the 2 for 2. First few ways looking pretty hot for Limp.
He's really just playing for the harassment though. Every single time he's walking up and hitting Limp, missing CS for it. First blood.
Burns.
Playing the Seb Lina. He just got himself first blood. I mean, we are seeing sort of a glimpse of it already of how hard it is for these two heroes to sort of just walk around. You know, Seb's going to be able to catch him every time with the Light Strike reg. These two heroes.
Nico as well might just die here.
They've got the Light Strike. TPing from FNG is going to be there soon enough to offer up the purification, but still so much damage between the two of them. And this is only on sort of the second level of them. I feel like this lane is only going to get tougher for Nico to farm in if Seb continues to get a good time to get this level advantage.
He's always going to be able to. This is a terrible lane for Alliance. Like this, I mean, he cannot do much of anything but just hit Saksa. And Nico, baby, he's under the gun quite a lot. Every time he walks up to get Max, it's always risk of stun. And tag team plus that Fire Souls.
Tries to skew, but is instantly cancelled here by the telekinesis. As well getting low, so a bit cautious about how he commits towards mid-1. And mid lane, we're seeing Thompson, he's even it out now. We're back to even here on the mid. as they do continue to both really battle it out. They've got the aggression on one another. CF has been equalized.
Suicide to get his mana returned up top. Looks like they're going for it again.
Slow, another skewer from No-Tail. They got enough damage. Mid one taking a lot for the Firestone. He's turned with the dagger, but the lift up's there. Mid one. Careful, one charges the Fairy Fire, keep him fine. No-Tail stepping back over towards S4. Trying to finish off this kill with the shockwave. Has he got the damage? He has. Mid one jumps over. They take down S4. No-Tail will be able to live as well. Gets himself away from Hansken. In fact, Mid one, he's ready to turn and collapse in onto the Rubik with the help of No-Tail as they look to run down another. Mid one with the body blocks. He's going to have another dagger out. Jumps over. Hansken, he'll fall as Fuji clean up on the top room.
This lane, it looks like it's deceptive because it looks like it's weak, but then it just has so many elements of slow in it because of the shockwave, the skewer, the dagger is constantly them jumping back and forth. Actually able to set up for both of those kills. Very nicely done.
Yeah, they need a lot of hits to do it, but they just that sort of control, they're able to get the time to do so.
Which is huge for the PA because she's able to farm up top. She's going to be able to get all this regen too for herself. And you know that Troll is getting pressured down bottom pretty hard by this Lina as well as this Tusk. So you have to be feeling pretty happy right now if you're mid one.
Burns, doesn't it?
And this will keep applying a lot of pressure. Unless the rotation comes from the Rubik, I don't see a way for Nico Baby to get solid farm down here. He's still at 19, which is pretty damn good for himself. But the threat is always still there. Like Seb is always getting these extra denies because of it.
So just getting so much out of the bottom lane. You're going to see a good timing on the level 6 as well. Without a doubt, with the way that they're able to play this, you know, it's getting to the point where Saxa might be able to sort of have the space to make moves elsewhere and leave Seb alone with the way it's pushing in under the tower.
Yeah, he's going to give him all that experience as Seb keeps it right outside the tower too, so it's going to be stuck in that position.
See up top. We're able to grab that bounty. Try and go for the skewer play out the rune spawn, but
bottom, Nico Baby.
Not quite able to time it. The trees, he's trying to juke this off. Saxon not quite able to close him with the tag team. Walk off again, but they're low on regen. If they just got some more shipped out, they have. Yeah, just got some more tango sent out on the courier. Just needs to sort of constantly bury himself regen against this lane where Seb and Saxa, they just do a hell of a lot of damage. If they get on top of these heroes, the damage is... It's so much between the tag team and the hard, fast hits from the Lina.
And they have arcane boots, so they can just keep doing it over and over again. And now they have a catapult wave, so we're probably going to see OG look to pressure this one a little bit more here. Push the lane, and Nico Baby has to go for a raindrop. He has to go for any of these type of small defensive items to protect himself.
Tries to turn a little bit onto Seb. He's got the movement speed to step out. Top lane. Towards Hansken. Not quite able to get the angle. On the rune spawns, Limp going to get fortunate again. 6 minutes in, he gets himself a second bottle refill. Farm between the two of them. Thompson taking a slight lead, but still very close. And of course, with these two heroes, it's just going to be all down to what sort of moves they're able to make for their team. As you know, both are going to play active. Mid lane, TP's going to be coming across. They look to make the move already. The teleport and the EMP buying a bit of safety for Thompson, but not enough. The burst is there from Limp, jumps in with the orb of the waning rift. Hansken's able to help out with that fade bolt.
Nice shards.
Managed to take down Thompson.
Bottom, Nico, he has the Heavenly Grace, which is protecting him quite a lot. God, they're eating. He just brought that raindrop. It's down to one charge already. Seb is literally just chain nuking him.
Yeah. He just the raindrop and the whole set of tangos. He's getting through the whole set. Just that much. It's not an easy lane to play into at all. But he is playing it cool. As you said, Nico Baby's getting farmed. He's not feeding. Not dying. They got the damage for S4. Hunting for him, S4 trying with the shoots. He's going to get another Firestorm out, but No-Tail finishing him off with the Shockwave. Very fire pop. No-Tail, can he get away from Hansken? He can. He's able to offer one final impact to mid one. One won't be looking to commit any further onto Hansken.
Down bottom.
Man of health. Finish the kill off onto FNG. He's underneath the tower. Dragon Slave clips him though, Seb. Gets him on the way out.
And they keep the catapult alive during all this. It's the most important part. It's 7.5 minutes in and this catapult's still going. It's finally got to start hitting tower.
We can see rotation from Limp. He's coming down to try and help Nico Baby. They're able to get the move straight on to Seb. In fact, committing with the silence, the Dream Core electric. Nice. Chances are given for the Lina to run away as Limp will be able to burst him down. A very needed move that will give Nico Baby a crucial amount of space and eliminate the threat of Seb being in that link with the Laguna Blade potential.
Yeah, and all things considered, like, this is a very strong pressure lane that OG was running, and Nico Baby did not die. He's up to level 6 with pretty good last hit. He played it very cool. Oh, limp.
Mid lane.
The jump actually is still stuck in the shards.
He wasn't quite able to make it over the wall of ice. The heal from FNG does come in, and that might just save him. He's out to the side with the Duke. Sax is trying to chase. He's just going to live. FNG just in time to keep his puck alive.
Clutch timing. Almost some small mistakes getting himself killed, but FNG bailing him out of a bad scenario there. And yeah, like I was saying, Nico Baby, I think he's probably pretty happy because I think that this lane could have gone disastrous. I think he could have just chain fed in this one, but
we would definitely have seen other teams have their carry crumble under that sort of pressure.
Yeah.
But Nico Baby, one of the best.
It's really important to point out the little things too in the lane. Is like him bringing out the raindrop, them just spending a little bit more gold on regen, him going for the wand. It's all these things that really add up because a lot of those situations he would have just died. Him juking out a stun, etc. It's really important to point out.
Yeah, OG, they really did bring a challenge to that bottom lane, but he's dealt with it the best he could, given the circumstances.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Seb, though, is still going to be very large because of all this, as he was receiving no pressure really down bottom except for the rotation. He's going to go for the mech build, so he's still going to be acting as this offlaner with his item builds.
I mean, and that works out. At the end of the day, for OG's lineup, it's all about the PA, right? As long as you're able to fight around and keep the PA alive, your job's done. You know, you have to be very sort of selfless to build. Make sure whatever you're doing is just going to make the game easier for the one to pop off. It's a PA. This hero will just destroy entire lineups if you can get to the stage where you're keeping him alive. And the Heroes of Alliance, I mean, what do you think is sort of going to be the biggest threat for this one's PA this game when you look at Alliance's lineup?
Pit and coil.
Yeah.
Those are pretty annoying. He has to worry a little about Guardian Angel in some situations, but they have Tornado. They do have at least a dispel mechanic that can provide some damage, and Guardian Angel is a pretty long cooldown. I think the coil and the pit are the most annoying ones. He's got so much buff up though. That's the one thing they always make sure they do with the PA is S-Burn.
The damage taken before he's out with the rift. They do indeed. Just enough. Take him down. That first level of Dark Rift, of course, does take a long time. 6 seconds to get out, and they killed him in just 5.
Yep, and this is going to be some incredible item timings. All 3 cores at the top here for OG. And there's a PA who's going to get away with it very early Desolator, and he will get buffed up. Last time OG ran this, they picked up both Medallion and Solar Crash. That shows how much you just want to buff the PA.
Have an RP straight away onto Nico Baby, but Nico Baby's going to get a chance to pop the ult there with the help of FNG, offering up the Heavenly Grace. Doesn't mean that Nico Baby will hit, but he's getting dragged in pretty deep towards Seb. Extra TP's coming in as mid one. It's a longer TP, but he's still able to get the range for the dagger, and Laguna. Seb just blows him up with the ultimate. As Nico Baby's taken down, S4's hunting for No-Tail in the trees, but No-Tail's doing a good job with the Dukes. He's running away, doesn't matter. S4 able to get that final hit in, cuts him down. Over to the side, mid one moves over towards Lip, turns with the tree coil. Tornado's down, it's the MP. Lip's still able to jump over to the orb. Hansken's left behind. S4 turn, but he's out of mana. Managed to get that kill onto mid one at the end of it all with that final bit of burst from Hansken. Seb fighting into them aggressively, but it's a close one. I mean, we're sort of seeing the PA and the Magnus go down. They do get Nico Baby, but OG losing something in return for it.
Middle tower
yeah, they lose something pretty big there. I actually think he broke coil. I think I heard that too. As the nuke from the Rubik comes out. Limp. A coil now for mid. Can't quite set up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Try and run him down a little bit. Can. Tornado could look to set something up.
Well, Nico Baby feels forced to go for the Battle Fury this game.
I mean, I like it. You know, you are against the PA with Empower. You know that if there's the only sort of chance of being able to keep up with that, unless you feel you're going to close the game early, is going the route of a farming item. He's going to need something, otherwise he is just going to fall too far behind.
Yeah, so the thing that scares me though is that it's not like PA isn't going to turn up to fights though, and I feel like this is going to make it so Troll can't really show up to fights really well. So I think if OG, they're going to see the items right away too. They see that, they're probably going to identify, and I think they're going to look to play extremely active. As soon as Deso's up, like force a Roshan, and then look at Alliance, they're going to have to fight a Roshan 4v5, because you know that Troll is really not going to give you damage. So I think if they can choose how they want to play around that on OG.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, I think it's just hard for the Troll. say if he doesn't go
hard.
for the Battle Fury, what are you getting in the same time that Mid-One's getting a Desto that's actually going to help you do too much more against the PA? Bottom lane, S4 goes down. It's a big dream call onto the three of them. They have to damage to get the kills whilst they're under it. Limp's going to jump over the silence. Hands get with the Stolen Laguna. He's able to burst down Seb. The lift up as well onto Saxa. Big coil from Limp allows them to turn around, hold onto the tower, and by the looks of it, get all three of them. Big reactions from Alliance. Limp lays down the law with that coil, and they hold the tower.
Yeah, absolutely huge from him. He's really turning up every single one of his rotations on point. 402, he's got Blink finished if he chooses for it. And yeah, I mean, I do agree with you with Nico Baby. He doesn't really have too many options in this game. It's like he can do this BKB and the BKB Yasha into Battle Fury build that we saw before. Or I think it was like the Basher, but I don't think this game he needs to be able to match the farm.
We'll see how much Mid-One is able to do with this Desto, because it's a very quick time.
Radiant's
14 minutes in, Desto
attack.
ready to go. Heading over towards mid, Thompson. Catch on Hansken. Down as well with the cold snap. Hansken trying to run his any help for Hansken. Got a turn with a lift for the Dragon Slave, and the snowball's in. Hansken falls to his death. Alliance stepping away.
This is where OG's gonna really kick up the heat. The Desto's got.
They've got this power with the PA straight, and they go with the Laguna Blade. The heals out from FNG, keeping it for alive. Lip, he's able to jump in, big jump again. The Dream Coil onto both Seb and Thompson. Nico Baby stepping over, but the cold snap's going to hold him back as well as stepping fast. S4 trying to jump ripped out. Is he going to get out in time? He's fully loaded. The punch is in. He's dead. He's not getting out today. As S4 goes down, G's still poking at Alliance underneath the tower. And then he once more, in them down very low. Keeps getting these great initiations, but just that time around, no one was there to follow up. Nico Baby tried, but at this stage, Thompson just offers too much control for this troll to be able to run into the front line and fight.
Yeah, when he's got the Max Wax, we see that Deafening Blast comes in. It's like 3-4 seconds of that Disarm 2 for him on top of the cold snap. And look at the items from Thompson. It's not a game about him. It's a game about his team. As the Glimmer's done, Ern's done, and now he's going for that medallion, as we mentioned. All about buffing up mid-one. Still very close, though.
Radiant's bottom tower
Trolls
is under
almost
attack.
matching the farm.
Lane Thompson. Every time he sees that all come out, he's stepping in for Sif, can interrupt.
Middle tower is under
The attempt for Hansken. Catch him in the tornado, but lots of TP's coming in from Alliance. They're ready to hold this tier 1. S4 charging forward, gets the pick control onto Midbomb. The Dream Call down as well. Midbomb silence. They burst it. The snowball not there in time. There's no save for the PA as Nico Baby moves on to Zaxa with the battle chance. Jump towards Seth. Limp continuing to chase. The Light Strike Array holds back the puck for now. Continue to run. Got any combo for the second, but it's too far to chase on. And I mean, this is their strength right now. You know, if this PA does come running at you with the power that Mid-One has, he is still pretty vulnerable to being saved. The only save they have is that snowball. So you throw everything on top of him, he's going to get blown up. Nico Baby out of mana, and with that in mind, he still has got the ult for the save again. FNG, the purification, and the Heavenly Grace. He's able to run it out. I mean, this Omni pick doing wonders multiple times now. We're seeing FNG coming in with these clutch saves.
Dire's middle tower has
Really is.
denied.
FNG every single time just seems to be in the right place at the right time. And I'm liking at Nico Baby, like the Battle Fury build, so far it's working, that he's showing up to the fights. He's not just strictly jungling. He even walks back to mid to make sure even before the Battle Fury was finished. So I like that he's contributing to his team, and we're seeing it. He's at the top of that net worth, and it's him involved in the game rather than just being a jungler.
To say, I mean, Nico Baby's just been so smart with his moves so far this game.
Attack. Dire are scanning.
Look at Alliance. Every time they have coil, they're smoking. They're looking. They know they can take advantage. The mid one, he can just die. A coil.
Radiant's bottom
They did it before, they'll do it again. Sax, it's all about Sax with the snowball save.
Yeah.
With the Dream Call down, Sax is stepping forward. He's trying to buy some safety. He's holding up the snowball for now. Now come in with it. Buys a bit of time. Snowball over towards the side, gives Mid-One the opportunity to jump out. Dagger as well to slow down Nico Baby with the Heavenly Grace. Buff is there. Chasing on attacks. Saxo. Strong shards, but they do have vision over it as Nico Baby would be able to slowly finish him down. Saxo tries to TP out, but they catch him over to the side. No tail. Army down onto Hanskin. Drags him in with the ult. It's out from FNG. Midbone's going to jump off the side. Zeb will be able to jump on the Guna Blade. Take down Hanskin. Nico Baby throws out the axes. Don't quite flip onto Midbone. He's being healed up by the Urn. In the tree line, Limp, he's hiding. Jumps back to safety with the orb. Thompson, he's got the setup. Onto FNG with the orb. The EMP. Burn the mana. Dark Crypt from S4 will take the rest of them out of there. Managed to disengage. FNG has been left behind, but they leave him behind to get the tower denied, which he will find. It cost him his life, but hey, tower denied, he'd probably take that.
Such aggressive. Both teams are giving each other so much respect. You see how they're just literally duking it out. 10 heroes show up in the bottom lane every time there is a fight. They're not looking for any type of flip push, they're just looking for action. It's keeping it very close.
What's to 13? Only 1k gold in it. One of those sort of rare games we've had so far at ESL One Germany where there's no real way of telling which way it's going to swing. Alliance, they got a DD. It's going to be spotted.
Pretty big.
Sunstrike out. They've got to make moves on this. They're not going to want to let Alliance get away with this. They're doing it pretty quickly.
But they have the Lina coming in with Saksa.
Let's see what's strong. They're already Alliance are spooked. They know that OG's heading over. They don't want to try and take the fight whilst they're holding the pit. They want to look for it on the outside limb. He's going to jump forward. Only down onto one of them though. Thompson's able to get up to the high ground. He's going to be safe for now. The focus took the snow gale. Magnus is out. A little bit of an awkward dream cop, kind of does the job, but I mean it pushes them back. They're able to get one kill. It's enough space for Alliance to put confident going back into the pit. Tornado out once more, stepping in, then over to the side, silence the Assassin. It's done onto S4 as well as the MP, draining this Underlord's mana. He's not got much left to offer. Tax is trying to run. He's trying to poke and push Alliance out of the pit. He can actually throw this down, jump over to Hanskin. Kill from him on it instantly. Takes out the Rubik and he's ready to hunt for more. Alacrity, he hurts over towards FNG, goes jumping down. FNG, he's trying to run with a crit and a light strike array catch. FNG falls, now OG, they'll move to the pit themselves. Three members of Alliance will do anything to try for a steal. Limp could go for a jump. He's gonna have to time it perfectly. He's starting to scout it out with the orb. It's falling low. Can Limp make the move? He's gonna look to try for this, but the rush is already gone down and he doesn't want to risk it. OG, they'll get the Aegis for mid one.
Big fight for them. They show up with everybody and they have these timings. This PA now, with Sage pick up an Essence Ring, he's a lot tankier. He had 1300 HP before, now he's all the way up to like 2k. So he can always act as his frontliner and just jump a little bit more risky.
Radiant's
Tower to
middle
fall as well.
has fallen.
One, the back of that Roche starting to step ahead of Nico Baby's troll.
And we're seeing, look, Alliance has to be very careful inside of these fights too, just EMP in general. I don't believe they have a single pair of, I'm actually clicking there, yeah, they have a single pair of arcane boots. So when these EMPs hit, you saw like S4, he's out of mana, he has to just walk away. They can't take these fights if they do get hit by these big ones.
It's really quite the problem.
It is.
I mean, well, you say we're seeing it already. It's not an easy fight for them to get into once Thompson finds the placement for that EMP.
And now full S and Y. So the control that they had for mid one, it's gonna start being a lot weaker. On top of him with an Aegis and all these dip buffs that he's gonna be throwing onto him, medallion and everything else that they're gonna be itemizing for.
OG sweeping in with the smoke. There's going to be a smoke from Alliance. Already Thompson able to dispel onto Hanskin. Leads him with the cold staff. S4 from the side, offers up the pit. Then tries to defend the snowball. Takes them over to the side, but now they're pissed off in the pit. Saxa and Thompson, they're caught. And Thompson, he's almost going to go down. He will fall. There'll be a rift out from S4 as he's trying to take them out of there. Nico Baby's able to TP away, but FNG will be left behind. One gets the two of them.
Nojo almost RP'd and pulled him off the high ground there. That was really close to them actually getting Nico Baby too.
Starting to get some moves that are beginning to set them ahead. Already with this S5. Once he has this satanic done, so the burst combo from Alliance, we have seen deal with him twice this game. That's just not going to work anymore. That burst is not going to kill this PA quick enough.
No, and the control isn't going to be there either, right? Like the lift and the coil is the two big ones. The pick can be a little annoying too, but he's starting to get to this point where it's just too much. And with Empower, with all this crazy amount of damage too, it's like you don't even feel the atrophy aura. It's only level 2, but PA goes right through that. Lines, they're gonna need some real big ults coming together. It's starting to feel like they're running out of gas a little bit versus what OG's got, and the PA is just getting absolutely enormous. And he's got good backup. Like we said, it's all about the PA. They're going to be throwing everything onto him. And when we look at Alliance, they don't have the same type of tools to be able to do it, right? Like they're not going to be able to even itemize for this, like a medallion, Lotus Orbit, Solar Crest, etc. To throw Archangel Troll to buff up. And OG, they're going to do that. Like, look at top Solar Crest, Alacrity.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
For sort of the first 15 minutes, this game has been very close, but at this stage, even with sort of the small advantage in gold and such,
Structures are
do you just look at this PA and you just have to ask, how do they stop him? How do they stop Mid-One's PA right now? The whole draft from OG were around, just making this game amazing, and so far they've achieved exactly that.
Yeah, even though he's died a couple of times too, he's getting away with the bump. He's got the empower always.
Try first in the once. Do so. No, they can't. Jump out, saves there with a, as well as the glimmer.
They have good high ground D though. Pretty tough to push into Underlord most of the time, especially this Rubik at the back. So they'll back up, they'll give some respect, finish up their items. Getting close to Satanic, like you said. And they're perfectly fine with this. They force everyone back. He's extremely fine. Thompson on the hunt.
Catch on Nico Baby, but it's there, and then he's just going to jump straight away over towards Thompson. Mid-One, he's going to look to come out to Nico Baby. Nico Baby getting pushed back by the Design. Very deep in. Oh, it's beautiful from those straight in, but the stolen RP! The stolen RP! It's brilliant! It's absolutely brilliant from Hanskin! He's just turned the whole fight around! They take out the agent, take a look around towards the Mid-One. They're in on top of him with the Charlie. He's had to place by the Ruber set. He's got the jump with the burst. The light track away from the Duda. We'll take him out. Now towards Nico Baby. Nico Baby getting long. He's still alive. He tries to burst Mid-One. The final nuke from Hanskin. The stolen Dragon Slave. Hanskin takes out Mid-One. Zaxa and Set moving in onto the two of them, but Hanskin, the Ghost will still get hit by the light tracker. Red's got anything else off, but we'll get his Payball out in time. Fight back as well. Live with the Dagon. He's taken out the Lina. Zaxa, he's trying to fight this, but Hanskin's brought back the stolen Snowball Army in that fight. That whole fight, Hanskin, the steals were incredible. Incredible steals from Hanskin and Alliance. They end up coming out on top of it. They deal with OG in a situation where OG have the Aegis on the PA. It doesn't matter. Alliance with the moves of Hanskin's Rubik are able to outplay them.
I can't believe he actually gets that steal in time too. It's looking terrifying for a second. He's able to get in range of it too to be able to set up for the perfect RP and they can turn it. But I mean, they still lose Nico Baby out of all of it, and somehow OG, like, again, they're back onto the map looking for moves. So it's a slight comeback there for Alliance, but sure, you can see what it cost them to be able to come back in the fight. They have to steal an RP.
On him, man. Their eyes on Thompson. They're in. Snowball. Hanskin again with this stolen Snowball, making moves onto the Invoker. They lead in onto Thompson, and Thompson's got the stolen EMP as well from Hanskin. He's just doing everything. He is just, he's becoming the OG to defeat them, and it's working. He's doing it in style. Dream Court's down. They've got the two of them. Nico Baby trying to step up with the charge. Will block Nico Baby off from getting in on this. Limb still trying to jump in. Zaxa taking off to the side with the Snowball. So maybe get a catch on the back of the Alliance. See what they can find here. Look, try kill Ray, Hanskin, but
Radiant's top
further.
They don't have their 5-man. Thompson's still dead for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep poking at them until he does respawn, until they look to commit for the fight.
But
Radiant's
He's
top tower
about to
is
have,
under
he's 50
attack.
gold from Satanic on mid-one as well. Okay, it's gonna finish it.
yeah, that's gonna make a huge difference. I mean, with the Satanic, he doesn't die to even those
Radiant's
sort of
top
players
tower
from
is
Alliance.
under attack.
Oh no. They're gonna need a blessing in disguise still. Eyes are really gonna be on Hanskin. Like he really has to. It really feels like he has to steal RP. Like, if they don't get RP in these fights, I don't know how to deal with mid-one. And now with the Satanic, like you said, even that, they're gonna try to play the high ground here. They have this big Dagon burst too from Lim.
You have it. Mid-one leading in. Who's he gonna find? Who's he gonna jump? He's running straight up. He's going towards S4 first. Jumps in. In the moves is Hansken, gets the EMP down. That's drained a lot of the mana potential from Saxa. Midone still trying to move it off to Nico, baby, but the heavily aggressive. Nico may save the chance, they blocked him in. Midone tries to jump over towards Hansken, but Hansken has the ghost set. He's able to keep himself alive. He gets the PA, no tail, RP down, catches it. It catches Nico, baby, lifts down and out. Nico, baby, trying to stab his through the purification, heals him up, but he hasn't got any ult to rely on. Nico, baby, getting low, but the heavily grace once more, getting him out beside the light strike. Set catches him on the way out. The stun is there. Midone cleans him up. OG back on form to coming on top of these fights. And as expected now with the Satanic, Midone is looking to be untouchable once again.
An absolute beast. Thompson keeps going down every single time, actually, because he's just dying in all of them. But yeah, it's really just Midone he's untouchable. He literally can pick and choose he can pick and choose which target he goes for too. He just blurs into the high ground into the fight. And then he just pops the Underlord before the fight even starts, so they're man down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, with all the buffs in the world.
There's very little that's going to stop this map. And then out with the low sort of turn on Sax. Another way to save his core.
Also the level 20 finish, and he's got the, he's got 85% evasion. Troll quite a ways away from MKB. You're never going to be able to hit this guy. You need to somehow be able to find time for Alliance to be able to finish this MKB if they want a fighting chance in this game now.
You need that, and I think again it's Hansken's got to keep these moves up. If he can get the Empower steals, the RP steals, if he can become the Magnus for Nico Baby's Troll, then this game's going to look a whole lot closer. Well, without that, this PA is just going to be at a level that Nico Baby's going to really struggle to keep up with in terms of potential in the team.
There's just, I mean, look, he's going to be Solar Crest, he's going to be Lotus Orb, he's just going to have all the buffs in the world as this PA.
Yep.
Do they have anything yet? Look, they have the Medallion and almost the Solar Crest on the Underlord, at least. On the side of Alliance. But that's about it. And then that's the Heavenly Grace always.
Right, just a cheese for OG.
Your shrine has fallen to the Dire. Dire's structures
And not
are
by next
fortified.
Midone, and he's not far off it. Lots and lots of money on the Midone PA. 5k ahead of Nico Baby's Troll.
I mean, he's very close to having Nullifier. And then, one of those things that I said might be a little annoying is the Guardian Angel. Then he never has to worry about it at all. No defensive items he has to worry about either. The Ghost Scepters, the Yules, etc.
Yep. That's going to get taken off. And again, as that move I said, if Hansken, even if he is able to get the Empower, that's also going to be removed from the Troll.
I think he's had it like once or twice in this game.
Yeah.
But Tornado's also got it taken off. Oh, look, Sam finds what a very fortunate item for himself. Telescope for the Lina.
Oh, always a beauty.
And he might actually just give it to somebody else, and then he keeps the Keen Optic, and then he has the bonus of double. So he's like the extra 200 cast range. Yeah, he's probably going to hand it over to No-Tail. And then that's what No-Tail's job is, just to hold the telescope next to his teammates.
Double
Give him
damage.
power. Gaining that lead more and more by the minute.
Hansken has got a blink now. So big plays potentially incoming from the Rubik. That's sort of who I've got my camera on right now.
They need him.
Defenses.
They really, really need him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Nico Baby. You can see how strong Midone knows he is right now. It just sees the Troll, doesn't care.
That top lane heavily pushed out by the limp.
Dire's top tower
See
is
if
under
OG
attack.
are going to really care about that too much. The mid lane shoved right up to the base.
Sox is pulling the bottom wave off. If you see that, he sharded it bottom to pull it into mid.
Just everything from PA.
Yep, anything to push your lanes in. Since they have top pushing in, they want to be able to have bot
Dire's top tower
and mid pushing in. They're setting up actually for Limp.
What? That's a no-tail. Nobody really wanting to step out of the base for... Yeah, they don't want to commit for that. Also, OG sat around.
In Alliance, they want to be able to try to punish. The best move that they can do is like try to punish the TP from the Tarkalina, but
They're going to try and jump.
too strong on OG.
See if they can burst him even the once. He's going to put the Satanic rather early, but it's fine. Still able to jump out, protect the Aegis. That's green coil down. They can have to worry about for the next 50 seconds.
They can't even capitalize of when OG splits up to try to drop those skills. That's how much weaker they are at the moment.
Tower has fallen.
Mid-Rax now under heavy fire from mid one. They have anything to slow this man down. It doesn't look like it.
Has fallen.
Move straight over to the bottom. It's in your business, Lim. And with the silence. But again, just very little that Alliance have right now that scares the PA. Mid-one just jumps past the tier 3. He's in with crits onto Nico Baby Nest for the Laguna Blade. Brings Nico Baby down low, not low enough to kill the Sunstrike. Ooh, almost not enough damage. Nico Baby will live, but Limp won't. Him and S4 outside the base taken down as OG just continually comes through the Alliance back to the base. All the space is there for them as they're just killing them. They're coming out with the buybacks. It's still very hard to see what Alliance is able to do because after those buybacks, those deaths, they're now down 17k. Mid one just remaining king in this game right now. This bottom racks, they're gone. There's no defending here from Alliance.
Has fallen.
OG remain a very solid lead right now in this game. 2 sets of racks done.
Nico Baby just takes the tier 40s and end this.
Oh, and onto FNP. Trying to get him close to the fountain. Quite close enough. He's able to down with the Satanic. Nico Baby pops the ult. The light striker rates and then they're just controlling Nico Baby to hex from Seb as well. He isn't good enough though to remain with that Balatron. In fact, he's not going to die. He's not going to die. Nico Baby's going to win. Can they do it a second time? Silence out onto mid one. They have the damage. No, Sally's just going to RP and drag Nico Baby straight out of the base. Handskin, he's got the stolen skewer. Sort of move they can't make with it, and look at the boss. Then GB in focus. Nico Baby's on top of the PA, stepping out of the EMP over to the side. Hex has come out onto Limp. Limp and Hans get out of the game. No buyback on these two. As OG just playing with their food here, killing off Alliance outside of the fountain. Nico Baby trying to stand his ground, but he's tripped up by the tornado. Final hit from mid one coming out. Oh, he's looking for the fountain rampage. He's looking for the fountain rampage, baby. There it is. On to kill. Give it one more. Everyone's trying to get out, but the Hex is there. Can they get it in time? They can. Mid one, the fountain rampage to close this game